Hello out there, everybody. If you're watching this video, it's because the Primo event just went live and you want to know how to get him. So, without further ado, my name is Matthew Schatz. This is The Fancy Life, and you're tuning in for the Primo event. Make sure you click on events. You will see in here, I Fought the Law is open. Ends in 8 days and 23 hours, effectively giving you 9 days to complete the Master event. Now, the Master events come by relatively rarely, so if you have the opportunity to complete it, do it now. If not, well, you've got 9 days to get ready. Now, you can only unlock Primo if you have a full 5-star castle team or greater. So the fact that it recommends level 25 gear level 3 is a little bit irrelevant. So, who are our eligible players on my team? It is the complete free-to-play farmable team. This is going to include 5-star Bernabas, Jester Gogo, Princess Verda, Headley, and Magisto. Let's see what we can do with these 5 characters. I am going to be using the Guarded In set. I have upgraded it this far. Level 2 for the first ability, level 5 for the second ability, level 2 for the third ability. Additionally, all of my heroes are a bit below 100% topped out. They are all level 50 and they are all gear level 6. But other than that, their abilities are all at level 4-ish. Right, so we're going to go through and see if we can complete the Primo event without spending any whale type of cash. The first level starts. Officer Primo, King Brutus, not only have you refused to pay your overdue city fines, but you are constantly accruing new ones. How dare you, Brutus? Oh, and that's it. There's no rebuttal. We just come in and start the process. Officer Primo is a middling fast tank. He is going to be faster than most of the other tanks in the game, exceptions being Locust and Lloyd, who are faster than he is. But he is likely to go beforehand, and he will always taunt as his first move. So, if you can defeat somebody before Primo taunts, excellent, go for it. Otherwise, start with Primo and just focus him down. Now, this is obviously going to be quite easy as my team is very overpowered for this, but that's the basic strategy you want to employ. Once Firefighter Ash comes in, Firefighter Ash is going to do the most damage on the team and be your biggest threat. So my suggestion would be that you focus Firefighter Ash first. After that, it's a bunch of healers, a bunch of tanks. They're not going to do a lot of damage, but they can take a fair amount of damage and dish it back out. Make sure that you are focusing down the characters in decreasing order of danger, as it were. Let's see if we can come in and take out the Crash Test Dummy. Crash Test Dummy not only taunts, but also will explode, dealing a lot of damage to your team as well as himself. So if you can get him down, it's always a good idea to do so. We clear out this level relatively easily. Officer Primo being last, we can just hit that auto button, get the win, and acquire our first 10 Primo tiles. Let's move right along. If you think we're a bunch of pushovers, guess again. If we can deal with traffic, we can deal with you. He must be an LA cop, because their traffic is horrible. Alright, next level requires 2-star castle heroes. Recommended level 30, gear level 4. Our team is going to look unchanged for this entire event. Let's see what's required. King Brutus, what must it take for you to stop this invasion and return to your city lands? Aha, so King Brutus is defending himself against the city heroes, apparently. Let's see how much damage we can get in here and deal to Firefighter Ash before everybody starts going. Great. Now we have very little to worry about anymore. We know once again that Primo's going to taunt, so we will try to take him out first. Now that he's low on health, however, he still taunted anyway. Generated a courage token because he himself is low on health, and he then removed taunt from everyone else. That's what Primo's taunt does. So he took the taunt away from Crook Chuck, which would seem like an unintelligent thing to do, but that's how their AI works. Aha! We get a new Ash coming around from their end. Let's see if we can take Ash out before the crash test dummy gets the taunt in. I think we're going to be all right. Let's do some AoE from Verta since everybody is low. Brilliant. Just smashing around this team. Oh my goodness, look at this. They bring 2 firefighter ashes out. Count them, 2 firefighter ashes. Not just 1, but dose. No worries though, the rest of the team is going slowly enough that I can pick off both of their attackers before they actually get a chance to taunt. Once again, Primo comes in and clears the taunt from the crash test dummy. Make sure that you use the AI of the computer to your advantage. The fact that Primo is clearing taunts from the other tanks is something you can use to your advantage when you are controlling Officer Primo yourself. AI-wise, though, he's kinda unintelligent. But we complete this battle relatively easily. We get 20 tiles for Officer Primo, and we move along. Officer Primo says, "This isn't working. Head back to the city. We'll regroup. And also, I need to add another fine to Brutus's record. Continual refusal to pay fines." Officer Primo, I think you're going to have to get harder core than that. But we'll find out. Next level requires 3-star castle, recommended level 35, gear level 5. If we can complete this one, we get 200,000 coins, a nice chunk of change, and 35 more Primo tiles. Brutus says, "We will drive you from our lands once and for all, tyrant." And we are in. Okay, once again, starting off with an Ash back here. Now we have 2 crash test dummies. Count them, 2 crash test dummies to have to deal with in this first group. We are going to try to apply some damage pretty much just wherever we can in anticipation of the crash test dummies both taunting. Now this is going to be similar to the missing materials final node, if anybody has gotten up to that one, where you have 2 crash test dummies to get around right from the beginning, both of which are going to explode on you regardless of what it is that you're trying to do. So we have to start by trying to take out the crash test dummies because they're the only ones who have taunt, and we don't have a way to clear said taunt. So here we go. Magisto comes in with his special. Magisto's special comes off very, very quickly. Something to use to your advantage whenever you can. We managed to get the first crash test dummy out. Now, the second one is going to be alive long enough for him to get his explosion off. Great, which is why we focused on Businessman Trent instead. Businessman Trent going down. Now we have the crash test dummy up. He gets the Hardy taken away from Verta's hit, and now we will knock him out. Thank you, Jester Gogo. Chef will be coming in here next to target because Chef has an excellent AoE heal. It also gives speed up to his entire team. Crook Chuck coming in here, he's going to be our big taunter. The chicken suit guy is going to be dealing the most damage, so we're going to try to take out chicken suit guy first, and we succeed. Now it's just going to be a round of low damage dealing heroes, so we'll just spread the damage around, do as much as we possibly can. The hiker is going to come in and heal. Poppy is probably going to get a heal off at some point in time. The assist comes in from Minor Clay, but unfortunately, everybody on their team does too little damage for it to actually matter at this point. Now again, if your team is relatively low and you are struggling with the event on this level, do not fret because you can't get Primo anyway. So, you can only get Primo if your team is strong enough to effectively breeze through these first few levels anyway. It's entirely possible that most of you out there will just put this entire thing on auto battle because it doesn't honestly matter if you lose anyone in any of these. This is just a binary, you either win or you don't. You do not get any bonuses if you manage to win with all of your heroes alive, nor are you penalized if any of your heroes die while you are in combat. All you have to do is win. So, you're just interested in unlocking Primo, just put it on auto battle and go for it. Castle teams have a high degree of sustainability, as you have definitely probably seen if you play the game at all in the arena. And that go-busto combination that everybody has seen, that causes a lot of people problems. So again, now we have 3 characters left, relatively low damage. All 5 of my characters are left. I am going to go ahead and auto-battle us out for the rest of this one. Iggy coming in, doing his special, might put dizzy on some people, only gets it on Verda, doesn't make a difference, because Verda isn't trying to counter anyway. She comes in with her AoE, knocks out Crook Chuck, Iggy is gone, Poppy is gone, we are out. This will award us with 200,000 coins, 50 gems, and 35 Primo tiles. King Brutus says, "The city folk are fleeing! We have won the day! And better yet, my coffers are safe. Perhaps I will increase taxes to celebrate. If he had a mustache, this would be the moment where he twirls it, I suppose." We're coming into tier 4. Level 4 stars required for this one. 4-star castle team recommended level 40, gear level 6 for 50 Primo tiles and 350,000 coins. Hey, King Brutus, do you know you have a giant crowd following you chanting "Death to fines, long live King Brutus"? I guess that means the people like King Brutus and his taxes, which seems odd. Okay, so right at the beginning here, you will notice that there are 2, count them, 2 rezzers on the team, Yuppie and Explorer Aurora. It is best practice to try to get Explorer Aurora out first, as she can not only res, but will also heal. So if you can take her down, do it, and then focus on the Yuppie. Is the Yuppie the biggest threat to us in terms of damage? Not entirely. He does do a lot of damage, especially with his ultimate ability. But more than anything, it's just obnoxious that he brings people back to life. In this case, he's bringing Explorer Aurora back to life. So now we have to switch back over to Explorer Aurora yet again to take her out now that the Yuppie has his res on cooldown. It's going to be a little bit harder since Explorer Aurora has Hardy. It means we're going to have to spend an extra attack once we get her down, but she's going. Shouldn't take too long for us to succeed. Now we need to make sure that we get her great. I was going to say before her next turn, otherwise she would have brought the Yuppie back to life. Now, we have a chicken starting to get low, so we're going to go ahead and take him out. Followed by Businessman Trent. We will go ahead and leave Minor Clay. Even though Minor Clay is getting kind of weak, not too worried about it. In the meantime, we're going to grab Jester Gogo's Taunt, because every time he gets hit, there's a good chance that he's going to heal the rest of his team. Keep in mind, we still have Magisto's heal ready to go. So if at any time Jester Gogo starts to get a little bit low, we can pop the counter onto him from Magisto's heal. And then, whenever anybody attacks Jester Gogo, not only will he heal other people on your team, but he'll also heal himself from that counter synergy. So here you go. Jester Gogo managing to heal up the rest of our team as we slowly go through this battle. Who comes in next? Aha! Demolition Dummy. Now we know Demolition Dummy is going to taunt basically right at the beginning. So, we're going to focus him down first. I am going to, again, just spend time going around doing everybody's damage, dealing abilities. Ah, yeah, Magisto gets his special in here yet again. Very nice, Magisto. Can you take out the Crash Test Dummy? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now we're going to take out the chicken suit guy next. Is he the biggest threat in terms of single target damage? Trent probably does a little bit more single target damage, but the chicken suit guy also has an AoE at his disposal, so we're going to focus on him first, then go to Businessman Trent. He is now down. Minor Clay is all by his lonesome. Look at this. Jester Gogo starting to get low, so we're actually going to put this heal on Jester Gogo now. That will take him almost back up to full. Again, Explorer Aurora comes in. We definitely need to take her out first. Now, this is going to provide the other team with the opportunity for Ash to get a number of attacks off on us. But unfortunately, there's really no way around it, because if we were to take out an Ash first, then Explorer Aurora would just bring him back to life anyway. So we get the 2 big hits from Ash, starting things off, and we're still looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing regular attacks here. My characters are all relatively safe. Magisto and Verda have taken basically no damage this entire battle, which is excellent, because they are the squishier ones on the team. Now, if I can, I am actually going to try and get some AoE off from Verda to the best of my ability to see if maybe I can take out the Ashes on the side. I'm going to go ahead here and get the taunt off of Crook Chuck, and then use Magisto's special again. This should offer some solid AoE around. What happens? Yeah, we do manage to smash one of the Ashes. That's excellent. Officer Primo does his special ability, but there's really nothing on my team that needs to be affected by his special ability, so it doesn't really amount to much. I'm going to go ahead and put the heal and the counter on my Jester Go-Go, because I'm going to use my Jester Go-Go's taunt at this point. After doing that, all the damage is going to come into Jester Go-Go for a while. I can auto-battle the rest of this fight. Poppy's going to go down in relatively short order, followed by Crook Chuck. Oh no! Crook Chuck gets the taunt. So Crook Chuck is going to be going down first, and then followed up by Poppy. Oh my goodness. The ultimate in negative happened. Poppy actually managed to get a res off, so now we have to take down Explorer Aurora again. Luckily, all the characters are relatively low on health, so it's a bit too little, a bit too late. We win the battle. This is tier number 4, and we are awarded with 350,000 coins and another 50 Primo tiles. Officer Primo says, "Attacking the city? Oh, you're gonna pay for this, Brutus. Literally, I'm writing you a massive fine right now." Oh, that Officer Primo. Oh, and his ticket book. Now we will get into the final node. Tier 5 Primo stand, recommended level 50, gear level 6. Again, it requires 5-star castle teams, and you will be awarded with 50 gems, 75 Primo tiles, and 500,000 coins. So we're going to come back in here. We're going to make some upgrades. I'm going to come in here and look at the sets that I have available to me, come over to the Guarded Inn, and see what we need to upgrade here. Whenever a castle hero gains taunt, they gain grit up and a stack of heal over time. So we can upgrade here. I think it's going to be the counter. At the end of a hero's turn, they have a higher chance to get payback. Let's go ahead and upgrade this one pretty much as far as we can. I think the grit up is going to be a little bit less important over here. So for the time being, I'm going to leave that one out. I'm also going to come into my heroes. I'm going to look at my castle team and decide where we need to do some more upgrading. I would love to be able to save as many of my green ability mats as I can. So let's go ahead and upgrade the blue ones that we have left and see if we can come back in and make it through without having to use any of our green machines. This will have a doubling effect in that we will have enough materials to actually upgrade Primo once it gets to his turn. Okay. A little bit of upgrading done. Let's go back into Officer Primo and find out if we now have enough to complete Tier 5, 5 stars required, and unlock our friendly neighborhood lawman. The level loads and Officer Primo says, "When I'm done with you, you're gonna have to sell your whole kingdom to pay this fine." Now, the mechanics are completely unchanged. We know that the crash test dummy is going to taunt. We know that we're going to have to get him before he explodes, so we're going to start here. Now, there is another potential option here that I actually just thought of and can't believe I didn't think about it earlier. And that would be to actually target either the chef or the hiker first, probably the chef, because Barnabas actually has the ability to remove taunt. Well, let's see if we need it. So we're on the crash test dummy. The crash test dummy gets his taunt up. I'm going to put the heal and the counter on my Jester Go-Go. You might say, well, wait a minute. Isn't Barnabas the one who's running low right now? And you would be right, except that when we get in here for Barnabas, we're actually going to use our taunt from our Jester Go-Go. And as long as he doesn't have Dizzy, we're good to go. Every time he gets hit, there's a very sizable chance that it will heal the rest of my team or the lowest person on my team. So we're in a pretty good spot there. We're going to go ahead and let Jester Go-Go take some shots. Oh, brilliant. Bringing down the crash test dummy. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab the taunt on Barnabas. I'm going to have to be a little careful, though, because Barnabas will not be able to counter for the first round that he has taunt. So I'm going to really have to keep an eye on what's going around here. I think I'm going to try and take out their Chicken Tsukai next. Oh no! A mistake was made! My Jester Go-Go had Clumsy on him, making that use of his special ability a giant, profound waste. Apparently I missed and the chicken healed somehow. Not really sure where that one came from. We do need to get this taunt off of Jester Go-Go. He is getting low. He does have Hardy. That is very good. But now we get the opportunity to heal him up just a little bit. The chicken. Come on, chicken. Let's get to you before you have a chance to fully heal from all the rest of the people on your team. Oh, a very unfortunate dodge. But can we get him out? Yes, we do. Okay. Now I would really like to get all of the Dizzy off of their team. One of the major mechanics of the castle team is that they can counter. So having Dizzy coming out all over your team is a big problem. You can see here, one of the best things happening is that Barnabas keeps countering over and over and over again. This has a double function. It deals extra damage to the opposing team, but it also lets him heal himself per Magisto's counter synergy. So we take down the chef. Now they have lost one AoE heal. They've also lost a speed up buff, and they've lost a Dizzier. I'm going to focus on Iggy next. Now, normally you can just simply ignore Iggy. He's a relatively weak character. However, in our case, he does have the potential to put Dizzy on my entire team. And as I just mentioned, having Dizzy on your castle team spells doom. So we're going to take out Iggy next, just to make sure that we can keep our team up. This is already looking a lot better than our last run. I think that should be obvious to anybody watching right now. We are also going to do a little bit here of sharing the taunt, essentially. So you'll notice that Headley and Barnabas both have the taunt. This will help to mitigate some of the incoming damage, as the AI will hopefully not be focusing down a single character. We do manage to get their Iggy down. Now, I don't know when the next group is coming in, but I do know that of the characters who remain, Hiker is going to be the most obnoxious. So I'm going to take him out, and that ended up being a brilliant idea, as they come in with another healer and 2 rezzers for the next round. Explorer Aurora has to go first. Now, we also need to remember to save our buff removal from Barnabas until their Sal taunts, because we've got to be able to get around that in order to get their rezzers down. I think I'm actually going to wait until Headley's turn to taunt again. Headley currently having the highest health. Now, will I be able... Oof. I think, unfortunately, I have to spend a turn healing up my Jester Go-Go. because if he goes down, that's going to be a major, major hit to us. Oh no! And they single target Headley with defense down 2. That is going to be disastrous. It means that I actually can't really taunt with any of my team now because the people who are capable of taunting are all the lowest in health. Additionally, we have debuff immunity up on Explore Aurora. She just dodged a crucial attack. Two dodges in a row. Oh, 3 dodges in a row. Wow. This dodge mechanic, guys, I'm telling you, it is no good. We are here on a turn-based game, hoping against hope, praying against prayer, that every single one of our turns is going to be useful, because it needs to be. We have a limited number of them, and yet the dodge mechanic consistently ruins that for us. Now here we're starting to get low. We are going to have to get a bit lucky here. I think I'm going to need to grab a taunt with my Jester Go-Go in order to raise up this team. However, it's going to be a giant risk because Jester Go-Go is not super high on health himself. So what we're going to need is to grab this taunt, get some hits on Jester Go-Go. There's nothing really that we can do about it. I am going to take out this Businessman Trent to lower the incoming damage just a little bit. And now when it gets to be, yeah, here we go. It is now Magisto's turn again. We will throw the heal and the counter on our Jester Go-Go without anybody to prevent my team from coming back with all the counters. It leaves their team quite vulnerable. We are going to try and take down their biggest damage dealers while we use Jester Go-Go to try and heal up the rest of our team. Oh man, a couple of unfortunate ones there. We did not get it. Now we're going to come in and try and get rid of Sal. Things are looking a lot better for us now as we get back into it. Okay, great. I'm going to have Magisto's special ready to go. I'm going to have his heal ready to go for the next round of fighters. I'm also going to have Jester Go-Go's taunt ready. Oh my, look at this. Okay, we've got 3 taunters on the enemy team. Now, the fastest of those taunters is going to be Officer Primo. So we're going to be a bit stuck here because we really have to get down Explorer Aurora first. They also have Iggy, who can put Dizzy on the whole team. So what I'm actually going to try and do here is keep my Jester Go-Go as full as I possibly can. I'm going to start off with his taunt while doing as much single target damage as I possibly can to their Explorer Aurora. Now, because they are a bit low on AoE damage, right? They've got Ash's AoE and they've got Iggy's AoE, but that's about it. The hope here is that we can get around a lot of these mechanics and possibly do some AoE damage in order to get Explorer Aurora down. It's basically the only option we have. So I'm going to remove the taunt from Crook Chuck. I'm going to try to spread some damage out. Now they do have Poppy, quite obviously. Poppy has the chance to res, and she does have the AoE heal. We just kind of have to hope we get lucky. But we don't, because that is the 3rd time this game that Explorer Aurora has dodged Magisto. Once again, the dodge mechanic is a giant pain, and now you're seeing why. So now Explorer Aurora is, what, completely full on health again? Firefighter Ash is also pretty high up there. And luckily, we only have 1 taunter left. We have Dizzy for 2 turns on both of our tanks. I am still going to put the taunt up on Burnibus. Hopefully, he will be able to last through the first round where he won't be able to actually counterattack long enough for us to get to the second round where he can. Oh my goodness, that's a 4th dodge. A 4th dodge. This is obnoxious as all get out. A fourth dodge from Explorer Aurora. Unless I missed one earlier, you guys watching this video, feel free to leave in the comments section whether or not I missed a dodge chance. But man, the dodge mechanic is terrible. They couldn't possibly remove it fast enough. All right. Getting back into it, we are still going to be dealing single target damage to Sal now because we have to get around all of these taunts. Too many taunts on the dance floor. Oof. So many taunts everywhere. Sal is gone with his taunt. Aha! Officer Primo. Officer Primo removed taunt from all of the other characters, did he not? He resisted. He just resisted my taunt removal. Now, can we please come in here and take down Explorer Aurora as fast as possible? It's all we need to do. We take down Explorer Aurora and we should be good to go. And yet, Explorer Aurora dodges again. Again. And again! My goodness, Gameloft! Come on! I'm doing everything I possibly can for this one, but I can't get anywhere if Explorer Aurora is invulnerable to being hit. You guys are killing me. Literally. Oh my goodness. This is when the mechanics of the game just get truly unabashedly frustrating, and there's just nothing you can do about it. We take down Ash, which will be helpful to us for like a second before they bring Primo in. Primo, once again alive. I guess it's better than them putting... I guess it's better than her resurrecting Ash, so we can pretend like we're thankful for that. But good lord, guys. I would really love the opportunity to actually hit Explorer Aurora. I think it would be really, really swell. I think it's very important, you know, that your characters actually be able to hit things in a turn-based game. I know that that is just apparently an opinion that I don't share with Gameloft, who thinks that it's maybe more fun to just miss on every turn, especially when it's important. I'm just absolutely floored by how many times Explorer Aurora dodged again! Again, Explorer Aurora dodged. My goodness, what is happening? And now we get another res. And Firefighter Ash is alive to menace us once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have effectively gotten nowhere. We have gotten nowhere. And how long have I been on this battle for? Like 84 years? This is insane, guys. Come on. If this is not a perfect example of why the dodge mechanic should be removed, I don't know what is. This was just supposed to be a video about the Officer Primo event, and it's turned into a video about why the dodge mechanic is terrible and why we need to remove it. So, both of the tanks taunt again, and they managed to bring yet another person back to life. I gotta keep my heroes topped up. Now, okay, we managed to hit Explorer Aurora, but not quite for enough damage to get her knocked out. I'm going to try and remove Taunt. I fail because why? Why would I want to be able to remove Taunt? It's the only real purpose of using that ability, and it's obviously much better when it doesn't work. Oh my goodness, this is so frustrating, everybody. Just horribly obnoxious the way that this final battle works, and I guess that's the point, maybe? I guess when Gameloft woke up, they were like, how do we make the final battle as obnoxious as possible? I know. Let's make sure that Explorer Aurora has a 95% chance to dodge, and let's put an unescapable number of tanks on the opposing team. And let's make sure that when Poppy has a chance to res, which never ever succeeds when you want it to, that it definitely succeeds when the computer's playing. And, oh my goodness, Just come on. What are you doing? Like, it's just insane. Now they have so many people close to death on their team that we might actually be able to just completely change all of our mechanics and just try and kill so many people that even if Explorer Aurora does manage to bring somebody back to life, that it doesn't matter because there's too few people left on the opposing team anyway. So let's take out Poppy. Now, if we are allowed to, let's take out Explorer Aurora. Can we do it? Almost. Maybe now? Whew. There we go. I'm going to take a pause here because I just want everybody to sit and admire the irony that the last character we will be beating in the Officer Primo event in order to unlock Officer Primo is Officer Primo himself. Well, sir, you put up a good fight. It was crazy annoying, but eventually I bested you. Despite your incredible dodge chance, despite the unbearable number of times you resurrected the rest of your team. It was a war of attrition, my friends, just like the Great War. In the trenches, where so many valiant men lost their lives. It's actually probably pretty rude for me to compare this game to that, so I apologize ahead of time. But I now have 500,000 more coins, 50 gems, and 75 Officer Primo tiles, giving me Officer Primo unlocked. Finally, he says, "This isn't the last you've seen of Officer Primo. The law always wins!" This event is complete. Check out the events hub for events to participate in the future. Officer Primo, the highest you can get right now, 5 stars. I now have Officer Primo at 5 stars, and I'll be unlocking him here shortly. Come to Butthead. I will be interested to see when they give us the opportunity to get Officer Primo above 5 stars. Right now, as you've seen, he's only available in the Master event, which can give you 5-star Officer Primo, and that's about it. Let's come right up through here and upgrade Officer Primo. Level 50, gear level 6. I still have 1.9 million gold left. Level 5 speeding ticket. Dealing damage to the target foe with a 50% chance to inflict speed down unless they already have it, in which case it's debilitate. Serve and protect, gaining taunt and clearing taunt from all other heroes. And if you had your taunt cleared, you get hardy and everyone else gets speed up. Amazing. Calling for backup, granting all heroes attack up for 2 turns, giving Justice heroes that guaranteed crit on their next attack. And attacker heroes with at least 1 stack of courage, this is likely to be Ash on your team, will gain an additional stack of courage. If they are low on life, they will gain 2 stacks of courage. I got your back, partner. At the start of his turn, Officer Primo gains courage if you have other characters on your team that are low on health. And whenever Primo gains a stack of courage, all city heroes gain defense up. And for each stack of courage on Officer Primo, he'll be gaining defense. And then his ultimate ability, Calling Small Cars, remove 15% pep from all foes for each stack of courage on Primo. This is huge as pep rules the game. If Officer Primo has 5 stacks of courage, instead we will remove all of the pep from the opposing team and clear taunt and stealth from all foes. Sorry, ninjas, Officer Primo is coming for you. Foes who had stealth cleared are inflicted with disarmed. Too bad, so sad, ninjas. And foes who had taunt cleared are inflicted with vulnerable. Amazing. I hope that you found this video informational, helpful in some way. If you managed to unlock Officer Primo, let me know in the comments what you think of him as a character. If you want to see him in play, please join my stream Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, or Sundays on this YouTube channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, good luck and happy hunting.